Hello, Passionaire. Good to have you here on Thursday. We are doing something different tonight. If you like it, let us know. Instead of we have a live Passionaire, we are going to watch video clip together. Now, we'll focus on relationship. Hopefully you like it. Um, Tonight, and if you are the first time here, welcome. This is our Passionaire channel. We have people from different places as part of our Passionaire tribe who love what they do and do it well for life. So welcome if you are here every week. Good to see you, and welcome to introduce your friends. So today we are going to talk about one topic. This is one conversation that's, I think, stirred up a lot of couples, conversation over the world. My personal experience in working with couple today, cell phone is almost like a number one issue right now. Stuff on the cell phone, how we use cell phone, how we handle cell phone, where we put the cell phone. Do we have enough juice in the cell phone? All this can be an issue. So, hey, so talk about that tonight. And this is one of the sentences we're going to talk about. The husband, say to the wife, you are married. You should have deleted the dating app. So that's how we're going to start today. And we're going to analyze step by step. So we'll watch a video together. And if you are passionate, you are well trained. And I know if you're not part of us yet, I want you to know it's not very like fancy language. I want you to see what's really driving them, what's really motivating them, not just the smoke, the fire, and all that. But look at what's motivating them. I'll use, then I will replay step by step. And we have a couple of coaches watching with me. So everybody could have a very different opinion. That's why I love this. So be you, okay, today. Be you today. Be uniquely you. But I really want to, so that everybody can live happily together with the one you love. All right. So we're going to play the video. Hopefully we're going to do last week we couldn't really do very well with that. Let me try to get that video out. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to play this video. I'm going to just please watch and see what passions are driving these conversations. Hey, ready? So I want you to see this conversation, the body language at this point. It's what do you guys think? It's this man already on the mode on the root. Let me say it again. I think it's still vengeance. He want to pay back, and not just to his wife now. I feel there's more layer to it. Okay. If you can see that. And I don't know. This is very interesting conversation. All right. He keeps saying, like, if you have this, what is this, what if I have this app? Can you take it? The wife said, of course not. He said, no, that's it. Don't say anything. So he got his answer, so the vengeance is finally like satisfied. Yeah, you are wrong. Okay, we can do this. And so if we can play the video, I just do the fast forward. Now, and then he start going, you can see he start going to the honor side of thing. Okay. So, okay, let me stop here. At this point, the man's already go on, say, honor, you are, hey, marriage, we have to honor the marriage, like, hey, we are married. I put so much trust in you. Why don't you? So you can see it's going, power going, one-on-one conversation. So what do you guys think could be done differently now? Like, what could be done differently at this point? Let me put both of them here. All right. So it's before we go to the locked door, okay, here. All right. For the wife, what could be done differently in this situation? Just apologize. Casey. Coach Casey, just apologize. Wow. Wow. All right, Casey, turn on your mic. Say something. How would you apologize in this case? What would you say? Because she didn't even know what's wrong with this. She said it's an old app. She doesn't even have the profile on that. You can husband can check it. So, and they were newlywed, so he just forgot to delete it. All right, so okay, Casey, Coach Casey say, sorry, there's someone vacuuming next to me. So yeah, that's good. I like that. Maybe I've start your vacuuming and create out noise. I'm kidding. That's real stuff. So what could be done differently here, like your wife wise, apologizing? Okay, if we stop, can we still stream it? Okay. That's okay. Let me see. Are we still streaming there? Okay. So we just don't play the video. I got it. So so we have Coach said just apologizing. I want to see what would be the okay. So agree with him that it's wrong to have a dating app and say you are sorry, but you didn't have a profile. You will delete it now. Okay. He's secure because he thinks he can't trust her yet, and he's afraid the marriage won't work out. So you can help and make him feel calm. Okay. See, this definitely comes from a higher acceptance perspective. All right. See that? A lot of people may agree with this, like, oh, just apologize, you know. Joy's going to say something. Okay.
I would do this after he apologizes to me first. After he apologizes for disrespecting me in front of a bunch of people. And I need, like, I would apologize afterwards. But for me, from my perspective, is like, if I apologize just to get him to shut up, that's telling him the way he treated me, everything before that is okay. And I'm not okay with that. To me, that's like excusing his pettiness and his disrespect towards me. I think both people need to apologize, but I'm not apologizing first because it's disrespectful the way he's coming at me.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Let me get this window off.
I still don't understand why we apologizing. I think I don't.
Speak your mind, folks. Everybody is unique. So I want you to know your profile is different than anybody else. So say it. What would you say in this situation? Coach?
Like, I understand like being listening to understand, right? He's saying you're married, you shouldn't have this particular app. Cool. I understand. I hear exactly what you're saying. And I have no problem deleting it right here, right now. But I don't see why she needs to apologize. I don't believe that there's anything that she necessarily needs to apologize for, because she didn't mean for him to go through her phone and find the app. She didn't mean to have it. She said she forgot about it. And I agree with Joyce's part too. If I was to give an apology, I'm not giving one, but if I were to give an apology, he would definitely have to take up his side as well, because he was extremely disrespectful, put her on blast in front of a group of people, and then continued to, berate her in their home. And didn't even give her an opportunity to speak. He was very like, I'm still talking, continue to talk over her. She never even got an opportunity, which I think is what led to her exploding, because she was just like, you're yelling at me, I'm not hearing you, and you coming at me, and I don't understand. I don't even understand what's going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would be like, you're attacking me. We're not having a conversation until you can stop yelling at me. So I'll wait, but you need to stop cutting me off. Like, let me finish. Like, let me talk. You're not going to do that to me.
All right. So,
You picked the wrong one.
all right. See, now we have two camps right now tonight. I love it. We have
I
Hattie now
think-
joining Esther and Casey.
Yeah, I think you guys are kind of treating this as a very divisive kind of thing. Like, okay, the husband versus the wife, when it shouldn't be that way. Like, marriage is not like you apologize first, I apologize first. It's not about figuring out who apologizes first or second. It's about figuring out how can you work on this together. So to figure out the next step, which is problem solving, and figuring out like, how can we work on this issue? It's like you guys need to, they both need to kind of be low acceptance about this whole apology thing and be like, okay, it doesn't matter, like, fine, I'll apologize. It could be the guy or the girl stepping forward and doing that, but it's just like you don't need to treat the whole apology thing as a you do it first, like, or I do it first, or that kind of thing. It's very like it pits the husband and wife against each other.
I don't think it puts them against each other. I think it's like, because honestly, like, if I was in that position, I would probably laugh in his face. Like, you're blowing this way out of proportion. Like, we can just talk about it. You need to stop yelling at me. Like, I want an apology for that. Cause like, it's just what he turned it into 1,000 when it didn't need to. And
Now, well,
Right.
Yeah.
So then like de-escalate from there. You're not trying to like get him on his nerves even more.
now,
yeah, but yeah, he can de-escalate it by apologizing to me.
No, like
no,
the wife has a role in de-escalating.
well,
He
no,
does
hold on,
too.
folks. In my own opinion on this one, if the wife could have apologized at the beginning, the husband will not be diffused out of his anger.
I think
Yeah, because that means
He-
she probably has something to hide, so she apologized. So from this background, I don't think if she could have apologized, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. That will actually make this husband more suspicious. Something's going on. Okay.
I would say you're right. I should have deleted the phone, but I forgot it was there. So I'm not gonna apologize for something like he's accusing me of doing.
Or you could
this
say
was
you-
like this was
so-
not in like it wasn't in a bad intent. I just we have like hundreds of apps on our phones. Like, get over it. Like,
Right. So, but folks, so I'm going to practice with you guys. What would you say? Just put yourself in the wife's shoe. What would you say? Don't say to them. Pretend you are the wife. What would you say? I want to hear a different version. So you guys everybody, you are unique. You can dissolve this anger. So this vengeance already turned into like simmered anger for a couple hours, and also want to shame the wife using preaching mode. Like, hey, you should have a wife. You should have a dating app on your phone. It's a rule. This is an honor thing, right? So how do you diffuse this husband right now? Okay. Courtney, go first. Okay, hold down. I'll get you in here. Are you ready? All right. I'll
Sure.
All right, go ahead, Courtney. Say something. Just the husband.
Sure. Let me put myself in a situation.
Yeah, the husband just coming and say, "Show me your phone. Show me your phone. Show me your phone." Okay, and see this dating app. Okay, what would you say?
Show your phone, honey. I see you're upset. I see you're upset. I
Acknowledge
hear
that.
you. I see
Okay.
you, and I understand your perspective that if I am married, I probably shouldn't have this app on my phone. I'll delete it right now. Actually, I'll watch. How about you watch me delete it? Okay, beautiful, beautiful. It's deleted now. Can we now have a conversation about this? Because what I'm not liking, or what I'm feeling at this moment, based on how you're responding to me, I'm feeling a bit disrespected. I'm feeling a little bit hurt at the moment because of the way that you're talking to me. So let's have a conversation about this at this point in time.
Okay, very
If
good.
I'm being nice that day, that's how
Yeah,
I
I know. This is you are the top form. If you already get humiliated before the guest, and you don't know what's going on, this become a manipulative suspending. You may not have that top form that day. You're like, wow, okay, I like it. Okay, thank you, Corny. Now, anybody want to try this? Anybody? Casey, want to try it? Anybody? Just no, seriously, this is something I think, everybody with your unique passion could diffuse it very differently. All right. Anybody else? Corny, good job. I like it. That requires top form. Okay. You must be calm, nice, well-fed, feel beautiful. Yes, you got it. Okay. But usually that's not the case in a real marriage. Okay. Coach Casey, go ahead.
I mean, I agree with everything Courtney said. I would probably do the same thing. I just want to say, I think the other important thing is tone, because the way that she answered, her tone was very like defensive, and she immediately started kind of pushing back. And so I think like a slightly gentler tone would have been fine, because she just explained herself and I would have done the same thing. Like, good. Oh, this app, I've had it for 2 years. I don't even have an account. Let me show you. I don't even have an account. That's the one thing. I don't know why she didn't do that. Like, open the app and show him you're not logged into it, especially if he's high vengeance.
That's what the app
show
is
him the
for.
proof.
Yeah, that's what app is. She probably forget, but she could have like, hey, I don't have a profile. You can check my login history. This is, so why are you mad? I forget to delete it. Sorry for that. But no, I didn't use it. Okay. Why are you so angry with me? Right. That's good. But the tone is good.
Wait, but Coach K, you're saying that isn't helpful for a high vengeance guy?
Well, that's not helpful after. That's not deal on the spot. After this been cooking for 3-4 hours, she's going to diffuse it like that. No way. She said it. She said, I don't even have a profile, but her tone, her voice all suppressed under that anger, but not anger now. It's honor and power. You see that? So she doesn't have a chance to diffuse the vengeance side. So now she has to debate about, should I have an app on? She said no. And so you can see this guy already turn into an honor guy, a preacher, like, you, we are married. You shouldn't have a dating app. You shouldn't, you ought to. You see that? That's not vengeance. This is honor. You violate honor. And then almost out-talk her down. So this is very difficult to diffuse. I don't know. I want you guys to, so Casey, what would be the tone you would use? Like soft or firm or curiosity tone? Let's use pick your language. Like, should the wife go to the E quadrant and say, hey, hold on. Like, curiosity. Before you got so mad, let me show you the fact. Let's open the app together. You check on me. That will help. Diffuse to another quadrant. I don't know. Casey, what would you do in addition to the tone?
I think just assertive, like
yes,
maybe like a medium power, power where you're like, okay, I hear what you're saying. Here's what I'm going to say in response. Here's the evidence. Just very neutral, not emotional. And good. Then, I agree. I think we are like nitpicking a lot about whether or not to say the word sorry, but we're all kind of talking about the same thing, which is that she should simply just explain what happened. And then afterwards she can say like, hey, when you brought it up at the table, I felt it was not the appropriate way to deal with this. And from now on, I would like it if you came to talk to me first. I think what Esther and I,
yes.
Yeah, but I think what Esther and I were saying is if you respond in an emotional way and he's already emotional, then you make the whole conversation more than it needs to be. If you can respond more neutrally with just normal power and say like, okay, I also want to talk about things with you now, then maybe he can be more receptive. But I don't know also because he was already in an emotional state.
Yeah, that's very good. So this again require a tough form. So seriously, you have somebody just coming at you and almost humiliate you in front of your friend. If you have high acceptance, you wouldn't come home feel good. No, seriously, you will feel like, whoa. And now he just show me your phone. It's like how do you, a cop coming just, so that's a body language very threatening. I'm serious. That's not, if you tell me that's not allowed in a relationship because he didn't respect her privacy. You see that? Do you see who should say sorry? So it's not one-sided. Why he has a right to say, show me your phone? Why? Who give him that? Unless they have agreement, and he already peeked into her phone already. I don't know. All this as a newlywed, this is really, really where he's setting a boundary. So be very careful on this one, especially on soft power. One side could allow this to at the start and become, there's no boundary. So to me, be very careful who is going to apologize to who. It's very hard to say. But if the wife going to insert a sorry, I have a perfect place to insert anybody. Casey, if you're going to insert a sorry in the conversation, where?
I would just do it as early as possible. Because
Right.
no, because I don't think that, I think like the weight, I don't think, I agree with Esther. I don't think a sorry should be something that's so expensive and so hard to pull away from you. Maybe because I'm lower vengeance. Like if sorry is actually like just a tool, it's a tool to reconcile with the other person. It doesn't mean like I'm wrong or I'm like admitting something about myself or my character. Like it's not that big of a deal. It's just something you use.
Oh, I love what you say. Sorry is a tool. I love it, folks. Sorry is a tool. But sometimes it doesn't work for the high vengeance people. The more sorry you say, they feel more fueled because then you are wrong. You admit you are
But I
wrong.
also feel like if you don't say sorry, they feel more fueled too because they have to prove to you that you're wrong.
Exactly. So this is a very tricky situation. I have no idea. So I want you guys to know this take time to build that pattern, how to diffuse this as a couple. It's very crucial. But you see the girl's first thing is why? Why you have to see my phone? You see that? So I think she's probably more E-quadrant. E-quadrant, the husband is more PA guy, system and P. So they need to come somehow on the E-quadrant. I would certainly feel, I'm sorry, right? So Casey, you could say, I'm sorry, something like that.
No, definitely not. No.
Okay, show me your tone. Show me your tone.
I don't think you should show high vengeance people that much weakness. So I think like
Sorry. Okay, good.
I
Give me
grew
the
up with
tone.
a
Give me
high
the tone.
vengeance person in my family, so
Okay, so what would you say? Like, hey, I apologize
go-
if you are so angry.
no, I would explain first. I would be like, oh, you're talking about this app, and then talk about, oh, I've had it for 2 years, give the whole explanation. But I apologize that you had a misunderstanding because I had it on my
Nice.
phone. And
Nice.
there's no need for me to have it anymore. So I'm gonna delete it right now. You can watch me, and this won't happen again. Something like that. And I appreciate the fact that you've deleted all your apps, because I think he was saying like, I did all of this stuff for you, and you didn't even delete this one app for me, whatever. So I appreciate what you did, and I apologize.
Good.
And then I would expect him to respond in a according way to like calm down and humble himself and stuff, but I don't know if he actually will. So
That's almost a perfect place to put your I apologize, I'm sorry, because I heard your feeling, not intentionally, right? So but don't apologize at the very beginning of everything. Please don't do that in a marriage. Please, because apologizing at the very beginning without conversation is a stone wall technique. Let me try one more time. If you just start with apologizing of every conversation, that's usually start putting on the stone wall. I'm putting distance between you and me. So this wife, I think she did it. By the way, this couple still remain married. So they are okay. Even with this conflict, other couple already decide not to get together. After this married at first sight, they still remain married. So there's something we can learn from them, seriously. So Casey, I like where you put the I'm sorry. After you stand your ground, explain on the E-quadrant why. I'll show you. Diffuse it there, and then even further say, I apologize. I didn't delete it, but I didn't intend to. That could diffuse that anger. Could be.
yeah. I mean, and I think for the people who don't want to say they're sorry, you can also leave it out as long as your tone is reconciliation and not like angry and defensive. I don't think you like, maybe you could just say like, this won't happen again and it's fine. And then be like, okay, now let's talk about what you did that made me uncomfortable.
Excellent. All right. So, oh man, we have good conversation today. Anybody want to have a different way of not diffusing, like what the wife could have said? Anybody else? Come on. Yeah. Esther,
BJ,
you
what
want
was
to
your
try?
question again?
We have two versions of what wife could have said, right? So anybody want to try? Esther, you want to try it?
I
Yeah.
don't.
Okay.
Oh my
I'll
god.
put you in there.
I don't know what I would say different. Like what else I could have said. Because
Alright.
I've also been in a situation where I have explained myself in a calm way, saying like I didn't mean to. I'm sorry that it affected you emotionally. It seems to have upset you, but it didn't de-escalate the situation. And it seemed like I think it could have been a high vengeance person. There was more issues. There just continue to be more issues, no
That's
matter
good.
how calm and how like accepting and reconciliatory you want to be. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah. So this one require couple conflict like this, and sit down, not analyze, but talk it through, and then start to come back to fight it the right way. And I hope the man, but Esther, I think you are right. It's when vengeance people are get the nerve really up to that level, nothing can diffuse them. And it's almost had to go to that second highest passion. But this man's second highest passion is power. So you have to allow him to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like boom, 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 boom. But sometimes it's just hard to go through it, right? Yeah, I think you are right. I think it's not to diffuse it, because diffuse means like we are taking care of that person's emotion. In a relationship, I don't want to use the word diffuse. I want to use the word to be unassuming. That means don't assume anything, right? And coming in so that we can have a conversation on the right frequency. So yeah, but thank you, Esther. All right, very good. Anybody else? Okay, I'm going to just wrap up soon. You see, tonight, vengeance is a very weird passion. I bet this guy probably had some history on the phone. I'm serious. This kind of way of really feeling hurt and wound, in a way, the anger went up so strong. I feel he might have betrayed, or he betrayed somebody else. I have no idea. Or maybe his parents, when he grew up, this thing happened every day in the household. But on the other hand, the wife did the best she could, but I wish she could have crank up her power a little bit. So now when I say crank up power, means like dissolve the thing, talk about it right on the spot, even though it could have a confrontation. Okay, that will help a lot to diffuse vengeance, because if you don't handle it on the spot, the people with high vengeance can go another notch. And when it reaches that level, it's really become a tsunami. And so that, I'm not saying we should pamper them like that. They should also learn a lesson as well. And then they ended with what? They didn't want the filming going. The wife went into the room, shut the door. She had to create a space because the power just way too overbearing, right? I can see that. And so you have a recommendation for the wife. Actually, I think she has done a pretty good job on this one. I'll give almost like an A. Okay. If she could have get an A+ if she deal with it right on the spot around the friend's table. Not right there. Take her husband somewhere talk about it right away. She could have diffused it right there. Okay. So I want all the soft power people out there, please hear me out. I love you guys, but when you deal with a higher power partner, please at least match that power on the spot. Okay. Say something and so that there's a conversation going on. Okay. And of all the high vengeance people out there, I have to be honest with you. Vengeance is one of the hardest to deal with passion, because it really a wonderful passion, because that's how you become an athlete. That's how you really thrive in your work. That's how you excel. A lot of good stuff happen. I live in the 2 high vengeance people. My son scored 2.0. My wife is like 1 something. So I live in a high vengeance household. I survived. No, I'm more than a survivor. I know how to diffuse them. Okay. My trick is very simple. My trick is just be funny. Really? Do you want to see another app? Would you think I have another phone somewhere? No, I'm joking. Okay, stir them up. But just to diffuse it with a bit of humor, diffuse it over the food. Hey, let's go eat. Let's go eat. Let's go eat. Or just say, hey, let's go take a walk. Okay. Or just don't say anything. I'm high power. Have to shut my power down and just let the vengeance go. So my wife, we married for 28 years. She has much higher vengeance. So I now have a kung fu move. Every time she raised her voice, like when she got off job, coming home, she is high order. She's going to burst out a couple of high vengeance statements. Why don't you guys take the garbage out? Okay, now that's my kung fu move. I'm going to smile and just don't say anything. I put my shield up. Okay. And I don't say anything. I don't show any facial expression. Let that anger just diffuse. And then I say, hey, let's go eat. Let's go walk. Don't just confront that, because it's not going to do any good to me. All right. My son sometimes just shut the door, Dad, don't talk to me. I would say, yeah, okay, I'll talk to you in about a few moments later. Gen Z have something, the meme, right? A few moments later, I say, I'll talk to you a few moments later. So we just diffuse with a little bit of humor, a little bit like unassuming, don't get stirred up. I know it's not easy. You have to be the top form. So wow.
Wait, so when do you talk about it? Like if it's causing a problem for you, the high vengeance, like after
Yes.
diffusing it.
Yeah,
'Cause you don't talk
I
about
took
it
that
right then and
defense
there.
move, it does bother me, because they know I will counter with power, because I will come back. Let's talk about it. Why are you angry?
So is that like an hour later, a day later?
That you have to really work 28 years to know how many minutes. Okay. If you don't know, you are going to
Darn.
hit that thorning. You'll kill yourself right there. So I'm not very good at estimating how many minutes the anger is coming down. Okay. When, so I'm very good. But then I always want a conversation. Why are you mad? Like, what's going on? Okay. So, but because as a power guy, I want to communicate with words. And my wife, as a soft power woman, she practiced for 28 years. She cannot be just angry. She has to burst out something, pay for her anger. She has to burst out something, let me know why she's angry. Right. So that's usually very good. So when we walk together, we eat together. So, okay, Joyce, go ahead.
I have a question. So
Okay.
what would you recommend for high vengeance people if they're not sure what to say? Because I know for me, I know how I can sound when I'm like 1,000 at vengeance. So I refrain from talking until I can gather my thoughts to say something that's, I guess, more power, more respectful, that's more productive for the conversation. So sometimes I can't talk right away because I'm going to say something. I'm probably going to burn a lot of bridges if I do that.
All right. So, but all high vengeance people like Joyce, I'll give you my advice. Okay. I will trade the vengeance in the producer quadrant for power.
How?
So, so that's going to take years of practice. And in Joyce, your case, you better marry a man, low acceptance, lower vengeance. But I mean, this is almost like I encourage the fight, a good fight. So this almost a fight a couple of times to really deal with it, like how you can adjust your power when your vengeance go all the way up. Xiaowei, my wife now start learning that. She got mad at me. She always bursts out something, even though she said it very cold, like, and she has to say something. She cannot just give me the facial expression and walk out. That will escalate the thing. For me, that will going to be bad because I start to think about like, what I want to talk, right? When we were younger, she will walk out with anger and not happy with me. And so Joyce, in your question is very good. I don't know because I'm not high vengeance. Okay.
Yeah, like I know I don't walk away.
Yeah.
I will sit there
Yeah.
and I will be quiet because I'm trying to like gather my thoughts
Verbalize it.
together.
Right.
And usually
right.
what happens is I end up crying because it's not because I'm sad, it's because I'm really trying to figure out what to say without
Right.
making the situation worse.
Yeah. So
But then if someone thinks I'm sad, it makes me more mad because they're reading
Exactly.
me wrong.
So high vengeance people out there, I know vengeance in the producer quadrant, unless you really want to be led by vengeance. So in a relationship, I always feel we should trade vengeance with power. That means really clarify what you want to say without vengeance, with much less vengeance. So that's not easy, but I've seen people done it. That's why if you are playing basketball or very competitive sports, that's make it even difficult. Like some of the people, the captain on the field, high vengeance, want to win. If that captain doesn't say it right on the spot and bring that feeling of, hey, I told you guys so, why you mess up? But you didn't say on the field, you go to the locker room. Locker room could be terrible. Okay. So I really that captain say something, hey, bark out something, so it's about leadership style. So but I would say this, but you can use vengeance on other stuff. You do excel on that, win and have a feel of excellence. But in relationship, there's no winner and loser in a relationship. That's why.
Oh yeah, of course.
So that's a line. Like there's no winner and loser. So I know you are not like that. It's not. I have the last word. I win. No.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, it's
I
not
know
like
you are
I have
not.
the last
Yeah.
word. It's like because in this situation, the video, for me, his response is like there's something like not to like throw him under the bus, but like there's something wrong with him for him to react that way. So I'm gonna ask like, what number one, like why didn't you ask me earlier about this? Number two, like there's a lot, but
Yeah,
I would
so
probably be like, I would honestly like if I was just having a conversation and something like this happened, I would be like, okay, like I can feel your anger,
mhm.
and this is more than just the situation. You need to tell me what happened, because I feel like this is a build up to something, and this is gonna continue happening unless you tell me what happened, because this is a complete misunderstanding.
Yeah, so very good. So Joyce, you just say like his vengeance is triggered. So if you know that person is triggered by vengeance, don't cave into the power. Balance the power. Don't cave into the honor. Don't be shamed. Okay. No, for all the married couple and relationship, please don't operate your relationship out of shame and guilt. It's never good. It's never shame and guilt to motivate you to be a better husband, better wife. It's never end well. Okay. So, but deal with a vengeance. So Joyce, what could you play that? What the wife could say? You say it. Come on. Let's wrap up with your version. High vengeance. Say something. No, be you.
After he's like, let me see your phone.
Yeah, let me see your phone. The body language is coming. Show me your phone. you done something wrong. I'm going to shame you right now. You are wrong.
What are you
he's
looking for?
Good. You're okay.
You know, like
Show
what are
me
you
your
looking
phone.
for?
Show me your phone.
What are you looking for?
You show me your phone. I will let you know what I'm looking for.
Okay, we'll look together.
Okay. I know you have an app on your a dating app on your phone. How could you do that to me?
Did you see this earlier? Like, why are you bringing this up now? It's like, when did you see this?
Good. That's good. You have to know like why. Yeah. Oh, I saw it when we just step into our friends, dinner.
So why didn't you ask me? Like, why are you bringing this up like 4 hours later? You should have brought it up earlier. And
Good.
yeah, you should have brought it up earlier because I think this is a misunderstanding. Like, let's look at this app together. There's no activity from the last X amount of years. Here, I'll delete it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Can you trust me now?
well, so this is high vengeance to high vengeance. So I'm not saying, I think all the high vengeance people, you have to find the next step to your vengeance. This guy defaulted to power. Joyce, when you do this, what do you default to? I think it's family, right?
I don't know.
So all the high
I
vengeance
don't think
people,
it's power because I'm
right.
I mean, my response isn't I'm not making a point. My thing is like,
It's a family. You want to keep the family. That's what you are defaulted to something else. You are not use vengeance. What did you just default to? Your conversation.
it could be family.
I think so. We are a family. I have nothing to hide from you. Let's look at it together. You see, your words, let's
Yeah,
look
I
at
mean,
it together.
Yeah, there's nothing to hide from you. Also, like,
Yeah, see that?
however you responded is not helpful to this relationship.
Right. So every high vengeance people find a second passion that you could default to. So diffuse yourself with that vengeance right on the spot, become assuming, and then come back deal with the vengeance later. Okay. So it's very
Yeah. I mean, I
this
would
guy
say like,
unfortunately defaulted to power, which when these two defaulted and then honor, oh, that's tough. That's very tough, folks. So
I mean, I would say like if he kept like coming at me like, oh, that's an excuse, I think my power would come up in me like, you need to calm down. You need to bring your 10 to a 2. I'm not yelling at you, and this is not helpful. If he keeps going, I'm just gonna be quiet and be like, are you done?
right. So Joyce, this is also another way is like if one partner has such a high power, but power is not an issue. There's something trigger the power. It's don't apologizing, folks. It's not going to cut it. Okay. So the way is you have to match that power, say calmly, and then try to have a conversation. That's very
Yeah.
important. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I think the only apology I would say, like, I'm sorry we had this misunderstanding. How can
That's
we
good.
prevent this?
That's good. We can learn
Like,
that.
maybe this is vengeance talking. I'm like, I'm sorry that you felt like I attacked you
Yeah.
when I didn't.
So
Because
yeah.
this
so,
really was a misunderstanding, in my opinion. And not in my opinion, like, period. Misunderstanding, period. Like,
so folks,
your facts are wrong. I don't know.
so I like this, and folks, hopefully you can watch this. YouTube might not allow us to play this way. We'll figure out a way, but yeah. Thank you, Joyce.
Yeah.
So yeah, and wonderful. Hey, folks, and I'm gonna wrap up soon. I'll still have a long session. Okay. It's really in a relationship. There's no right or wrong. There's no winner or loser. All right. It's never, if you find a winner or loser situation, go out somewhere. Okay. But in a relationship, it's really all about what's really been driving you. Okay. So and this couple, I would longer term, they still remain married. So we must learn something from that. I think the wife did it pretty well. I'll give her an A. Husband, I'll give a B minus. Because it's really manipulative to me. I think hopefully he's improving. Maybe beginner, but he's really as the marriage goes on, probably the trust could be built, but probably sometimes you have to sit down about the vengeance on this part, like who's wrong this husband before. I'm not saying dig out into every detail, but that's something deeper than just this occasion. So I feel that's something high vengeance people have something in the history need to be dealt with. That's also important. Change the narrative, and work with the person in your present time. You know, don't bring the back history into the present one. That's usually the vengeance people's 101 default, right? Bring the past to the present and predict the future. All right. So, all right. Hey, folks, thank you for coming in. Hopefully we'll do every week. We'll have some video clip like this. We'll focus on relationship for a season. Hopefully will be something inspiring to you. If you are here first time, please subscribe us. I love to get more subscriptions slowly, every week. If you like and, get a notification on, you can be there with us and really contribute to your thoughts on what could be done better, what could be done different, what could be done passionately. All right. So have a wonderful night.